We're going live. This is our first YouTube live, and it's completely unscheduled. We don't know what the hell we're doing, but we just filmed a few episodes.
I don't know who you're talking to. There's nobody on. It's not recording.
Well, that's okay. We'll wait.
Is it recording?
We're live, brother.
We're live.
What are we going to do? What are we going to talk about? Should we tell them what we just... Here, I'm going to adjust the camera so...
Bring it closer.
They can see what we just did. Tell me when we're good.
Good.
All right. Should I bring it closer?
It's too close.
So you can see Charlie's pretty blue eyes.
There's nobody here.
That's okay. Probably a good thing. You have to wait, Charlie. You have to wait for people to get...
I should have answered Derek's call.
Mm-hmm. Yes, answer Derek's call. Live on the air. Put him on speaker. And tell him not to talk about any of his clients.
Yo.
You're here live with Glenn and Charlie on YouTube Live. You're literally a part of YouTube right now.
I don't want to be a part of YouTube.
And no one's watching.
Nobody's
so
watching, so nobody's here. If somebody comes, I'm going to hang up.
Oh, okay. Why are you guys doing a YouTube? Are you doing like a little bourbon thing?
Well, I'm glad you called, Derek. Is it okay if we open your Pappy Van Winkle 23 year? Live on the air?
No.
No?
No.
Why?
I'm searching for 0 viewers.
We have a viewer. Derek, I'm going to let you go. Is everything okay?
We have one viewer.
We have one viewer.
Welcome. It's
Hello.
probably my wife.
I have some funny stories for you.
All right, I'll call you back.
It's probably my wife.
Hello, welcome to our
one viewer.
first live video. We just got done filming a batch of episodes. American Single Malts was our most recent episode that we filmed.
Do we want to tell them
Tell them what?
what we tried? They can see it, obviously.
They can literally see it. Oh, we have two viewers.
We have two. Welcome.
Welcome. We're here.
It's my wife and my daughter.
Probably. You know what sucks is if they can, isn't there a thing where they can chat with us?
They can, but we're getting a little too technical here.
We are. We should have done this on like an actual screen.
Yeah. But
stuff.
hey, you know what? We just roll with it.
We're rolling.
We should drink something.
We should. What should we drink?
Not anything that's in front of us.
So no American Single Malts. We're out of those.
Let's see.
What about...
Oh, is there a comment? Yes, you can chat.
Oh, you
Hey,
can
Peter
chat.
White. How
Peter
are
White.
you, Peter?
Peter,
What should we drink?
good on you,
Can
mate.
you see? I don't know if you can see.
Peter, we got a
what
bunch
all
of
we
stuff
have.
here.
We have a
Landon, what's up, buddy? Go to bed.
We have a Jack Daniel's 12 year that we just did a review on. We can drink that. We can drink.
We got a lot of open stuff. You want to see something fancy,
tons.
or you want like
Yeah.
a drinker?
Something fancy or something pedestrian.
Or do you have questions from the bourbon experts? Because we can text
Wait.
them.
There's bourbon experts? Where are
Not
they?
us. I don't know.
Are
I
they here
said we
tonight?
text them.
Where are they
I'm sure
from?
Fred Minnick's available. Or we can just drink water.
We can drink water.
You know what we should do? Take a drink of water and we'll have some more Jack Daniel's
All right,
12 year.
Let's do that.
Jack Daniel's 12 year. I am having a Wild Turkey 101.
Ooh, good one.
Boom. You know what? So let's do this.
All right, let's drink it together.
Yeah. Let's do
Oh, ooh, I like that one.
little Russell's Reserve. Pick from the Beastmasters. This is a little Camp Nelson warehouse.
Is this the one we just did?
Yeah, we did an awesome episode. Have you watched our episode about Wild Turkey?
If you haven't,
If you haven't, you should.
Here, I'm going to let you pour.
it's-
No, I'll
it-
pour.
Pour. Good. Total man.
Charlie says I'm a heavy pourer.
That's okay when we're live with 3 people. Cheers. Wild Turkey.
Cheers, sir.
Can't beat it.
Love it. That's beautiful. What are y'all doing tonight? What are you doing on a Friday night?
Drinking wild,
Obviously nothing if you're watching us.
drinking
but
Wild Turkey and watching 2 idiots.
I know you're drinking wild turkey. First of all, what I want to ask is, what do you all want to see us do?
Oh yeah. What bourbon or rye or whiskey would you like to see us review and buy and drink for you?
Or if you're just tired of seeing us sit here and drink and give our thoughts on what we're drinking, what else would you like to see?
Fight Club. Me just beat the living.
You'll see.
Landon's
You're having water?
Yeah.
Come on,
That's
man.
Landon. That's Trevor's son. He's 8. Get out of here, Landon. Yeah. I will tell you this. Peter, right? Was it Peter that was
Yes.
drinking the wild turkey? I'm ashamed to admit that wild turkey was my least explored bourbon brand for the last probably 5 years.
You know, and we talked about this on a previous episode. It definitely was mine for like 20 years because I had a terrible experience with wild turkey when I was like 17 years old and just couldn't even bring myself to drink it for a long bourbon. Yeah, he said bourbon hunting videos, and do you know what went through my head immediately?
Wandering through the woods and shooting bourbon barrels. I'm hunting bourbon.
Hunting deer and turkey while we're drinking bourbon.
So
That would be awesome. That would be something to watch.
Always down to shoot something. I will tell you why I don't do bourbon hunting videos.
Tell me.
Glen May, I do.
I know.
3 years ago, I would have been all over that. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed making the relationships and going every place. And then recently, in the last couple of years, it has just not been fun for me. Like I haven't enjoyed, because there are a lot of people out there that make it not fun. Mm-hmm. And they make it not fun for the employees of the stores that, harass. What do you got in the back? New bourbon and store picks are very hard to come by in Ontario. Have to cross-border trade out of province, so it's a challenge. Well,
Ontario, Canada.
Ontario.
Thanks for tuning in.
So I love Canada, by the way.
Too.
It's my favorite place. I love it. Everybody's polite. Food is great. I freaking love Canada. I've never been to Ontario, though.
I went to Ontario 3 years ago for a bachelor party.
I was in BC, British Columbia. So I was in Victoria.
Toronto. I was in Toronto.
That's not Ontario.
That's not Ontario.
That's not
Sorry.
Ontario. But that's an interesting
Stupid
thing.
Americans. We don't.
That's an interesting thing that you're in Ontario. The global effect that bourbon is having, and the demand, the fact that everybody's like, oh, there's going to be so much more bourbon because they're doubling production. They're doubling production to get stuff out the door in 2 years, 3 years,
China,
4 years.
to Japan, to Brazil.
Ontario, y'all drinking all.
Do you know one thing I do remember is going into a liquor store.
How can you love Old Granddad 114 and Old Granddad 101 but not have any love for it? I commented on your post. Try it. Because they're different.
It's not the same mash bill.
It's not the same mash bill.
It's a different
Old
mash
Granddad is a high rye and it tastes delicious.
Although Charlie is stupid for not liking Knob Creek.
Knob Creek tastes like it's filtered through a sock.
So back to my story. When I was in Toronto, we went into a liquor store, and yes, everything was more expensive there. But they had, if I remember correctly, Weller was just everywhere.
Was it?
There, yeah. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't know. But this was 3 or 4 years ago. Oh, we have a visitor.
We have our first visitor to sow
I
into
feel like
bourbon.
Mr. Rogers.
No.
See, this is what happens when you go live.
This is what happens when you go live. We got people here. They're bringing food. They're watching us. They dropped 28 bottles of Old Forester birthday bourbon here and 1,000 bottles of Blanton Gold. Wow.
You can have your Blanton's Gold.
Yeah. I do love. I do love Blanton straight from the barrel. That's about the only Blantons that I love.
Which we do have an episode on that.
Yes,
as well.
100%.
The Blanton's Gold, we did the Blanton straight from the barrel, and wait,
Green Label.
we didn't do the gold.
No.
We did the green label.
Special Reserve, regular Blantons.
Yeah,
I trade the gold. Smart man.
very smart.
Smart man. So, Blanton's is a funny thing. The power of marketing in bourbon. You put it in a round bottle with a horsey on top. Everybody loses their mind.
Which we just finished recording an episode where it was a true blind. Charlie's neighbor sent over 3 little sample bottles. We had no idea what they were. They had blue, yellow, and green stickers on them.
The
Just
one
the-
that I liked the least was one that we had already done an episode. It was Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Batch A123, which we just did a review on a month or two ago.
And it was our favorite bourbon
Our favorite,
of the
one of our
year.
favorite bourbons of the year. It just goes to show you, you take the marketing and the branding and everything out of it, and you put yourself in a situation where it's just your.
And once again, it depends on the situation too. You know, the kind of mood you're in, the day, what you've eaten today. One of the other ones was Wild Turkey, wasn't
Rare
it?
breed.
Rare
Yeah.
breed. And then what was the
Jack
other one?
Daniel's Barrel Proof.
Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof,
Single barrel.
which all three of those we like, and we were like, I think the rare breed was our pick, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I brought 2 bottles today at 53 Priest Blanton's. It's amazing for the price.
That's a good snack. Hey, look, I'm
Hey,
not.
if you like it,
If you can get it for $53, 100%. It's
which is what it should be. That's
it's
what it always was.
should be.
Yeah.
But the people that are chasing it and harassing people and everything for paying $120 and this, that, and the other to complete your Blanton selection,
Right.
nah, come on. I leave my, when I find Blantons, I've found Blantons probably 3 or 4 times this year.
Mm-hmm.
I leave them on the shelf. I don't buy them for trading or for flipping or anything. I leave them there because I know somebody's going to find that and it's going to make their day.
And it's going to make their day.
And
I found one at Meyer.
What are your thoughts on the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof 12-year age statement going away for unique?
That's a great question.
You know,
go ahead.
Fred Minnick just did a video on this, and he was pretty irritated with it. And then he tasted a sample of it, and he was like, you know what? It's great. So and we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Yes, an age statement is awesome, but if it tastes great, what does it matter if it's an 11-year or a 12-year?
I guess my question would be why? Why are you taking it away? What are you blending in with it? So are we blending in 6-year with it? Yeah. Yeah, that was our thought as well.
We agree.
The Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is one of the best.
It was my pick so far this year, the best.
And in a blind, we were not correct. Not
Which
correct.
I will say that I did. We'll leave it. We'll leave it for later. But
We'll leave it for the episode and make you guys watch
but
it.
I'll also say that once we knew what it was, all of a sudden, oh, it tastes different.
It tastes different. It tastes good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't understand the why of removing the age statement. If it's still, what are you mixing in there? But I guess if the flavor and the taste stays the same, what does it matter?
Well, grab that bottle of Yellowstone, the single malt. So we just did.
Oh boy, how did you go to Notre Dame?
No, I did not go to Notre Dame. I'm just a big
Tell
fan.
them where you went. Tell them where you went.
No, I cannot.
Yes.
No, I
Tell
cannot.
them where you went.
They will disown me.
No, they will not.
Chris is cool.
So what?
I went to Lipscomb University and played basketball there. Where did we meet? I am a mortgage loan officer by trade. I do mortgages for a living, put people in homes. Glenn is a realtor by trade, and we met doing that.
Yeah.
So,
And discovered that we have a shared mutual love for bourbon.
yes. I also saw that the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is 11 and a half years old, and that's why they removed the 12-year. Heaven Hill is such a big company. I just have a hard time believing that the why.
Well, here's the thing. So we know that the age statement has to reflect the youngest barrel in the batch, right?
right.
So everything else in that bottle could be 18 years old. But if the youngest barrel is 11, then they have to call an 11-year-old, right?
Yes, that is
So
correct.
really, why does it matter?
I guess it doesn't, but when it used to be 12 years old, all of them had an age statement. Everything had an age statement, and then they ripped it all off. Like, great example.
Uh-oh, look out. Charlie's he's showing off.
Wild Turkey 101 8-year. Oh, is that autographed by Jimmy Russell? It is.
Russell's 6-year ride.
Sipping on Russell's
That
6-year.
sounds delicious.
Yeah, we just had a Russell's. Went to USC.
Oh, you went to USC.
Fight on.
Oh, wait.
USC.
Which USC? The Cox
No.
or the Trojans?
The Trojans. Freaking hate USC. No. Good on you. The hottest cheerleaders on the planet, by the way.
There's no
Like,
doubt
it's
about that.
unbelievable.
No
Like,
doubt. How do you know it's the Trojans?
Because who's going to say USC?
South
means
Carolina
South Carolina?
people say USC. Am I wrong? Tell us.
I still have some of the old
Trojans.
Elijah
Okay,
Craig
good.
Trojans. I told you. I got you, Portia.
And if you're a 57 Porsche Speedster, of course you went to
Yes.
USC.
See, I know. Yes, the old original Elijah Craig with the 12-year age statements. Yeah, and they take those away. But, whether it's the Heaven Hill 6-year or whatever, it's the age statement is starting to become a thing of the past. And I feel like anytime you see it is going to be on a special release, something like the brand
bring it
new
over. So
Jack Daniels 12-year.
By the way, which we said we don't do bourbon hunting videos. I had
He took a picture of his cart.
to do one the other day when I found this. I wasn't really even hunting at all, but just kind of stumbled across.
We just did an episode on this one, the Jack Daniels 12-year. And
It's everything that it's cracked up to be.
got to love you guys. I'm watching the show. Oh, attaboy.
We love you too.
We love you too. Small bottles of bourbon. This is my public service announcement.
Is he watching? Is he on here?
No, he's not watching. Someone commented on one of our videos. Who buys a small bottle of Wild Turkey? And my answer was like, these are cheaper, and I don't need another 750 open. Small. Will you ever review Scotch or Irish whiskey? So let me finish my thought. Remind me, Scotch or Irish whiskey. Small format bottles, 50 mLs, 100 mLs, 375s, are a great way to try bourbon, whiskeys, stuff that you don't want or necessarily want to pay for a full-size format bottle. So take advantage of this, especially if you have large liquor stores. Keep these behind the counter. Total Wine, places like that. What's another? Liquor Barn. Big stores have a bunch of small format bottles where you can go back and try something, and these are great for comparison as well. So don't sleep on these small format bottles. It's a great way to try stuff and figure out if it's worth buying. Scotch. So we just did an episode. I'll get it. Stay chill. Okay.
You talk.
Okay. So we just did an episode of American Single Malts. Is someone eating something? Yes, someone is off camera eating a sandwich.
Can you hear that?
Yes, they can hear it. Landon. We just did an episode of American Single Malts, which is very cool, 100% malted barley. But to answer your question, yes, we are going to do a Scotch episode with the Glenfiddich 23-year Grand Cru.
Ooh, that's fancy. That was like a rotating display in there.
You know what? Sometimes you just gotta buy a $300 bottle of Scotch and drink it in front of your YouTube friends. So yes, we are going to do a Scotch episode. So stay tuned for our American Single Malt episode. We're going to talk about what that is and what that means and if that's intimidating. And then we're going to do an episode of Glenfiddich because I have this, so I'm going to get some other Glenfiddiches and compare those. So, Portia, are you a Scotch fan or are you just wondering what Scotch is like? I'm dying to know because I know how intimidated I am by Scotch. Comes in an attractive box.
I'm not intimidated. I'm too dumb to be intimidated.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, you overpaid for that.
Oh, an overpay. I actually got this. There was a Derby Gala, and the bid was $300. It was for charity and
My
all
wife
that.
told me it was gala, by the way.
Derby Gala?
Yeah.
Gala?
She made fun of me.
Whatever. So I started. Okay, so you started with Scotch, now trying. So you just want to watch us drink Scotch and watch us squirm and be wrong about everything. I don't think I overpaid. I paid $300. That's how much it was.
So what should he have paid for that? I want to know.
I saw it online for like $3.59.
Because I would love
That's a $70 bottle.
to know that he way overpaid for a bottle.
He probably would love that. I found Scotch easier to drink. I'm with you.
You know yeah.
The single
I could
malts.
see that.
The single malts were. There's less complexity. I mean, it's literally a single malt, a single ingredient versus a 3-grain or a 4-grain mash bill. and then you factor in all the different things. Not into heavy peated. Nobody's into heavy peated. If anyone says they're into heavy peated Scotch, they're either A, Scottish, or B, lying to you.
I have a friend in the neighborhood who claims to really be into heavy peated scotches.
Nobody likes heavy peated Scotches. What else can we drink or do, fellas? I assume fellas, ladies, people.
Or would you like us to shut up and turn this off?
We can always go not live. Yep. Who wants to watch Glenn chug this 100 milliliter bottle of Jack Daniels?
Who doesn't?
Our live studio audience voted yes.
Our live studio audience who brought food and didn't bring us.
Bottle chug. What's your best brag bottle in the collection? Rufus, great question. My brag bottle. I'll show you my brag bottle. The one that I like. $300 probably about right. I like heavy peated Scotch. How many bottles? Peter, do you really like it though? Maybe we'll get there. I'll show you one of my brag bottles. So this is not particularly, if you're going to get that out, just be very careful. So this is not particularly valuable. I just think it's very cool, and I love kind of the story behind it. So this is an Old Charter, kind of a sneaky bottle. So this is Old Charter binoculars, and this is in the original packaging. I knew what year it was. I'd have to go back. It's aged 132 months, age stated, but let me get it out of it. It's got the plastic on it. It's got the price tag, which you can't really read, but it's on there. But yeah.
You want to pull that up?
Yeah. I've got it up before. I'll let people see it. It's for sure.
Who says we should drink it?
We're not drinking it because I really like this. So this is all original, and what this was for people that were going to sporting events. They can go in and it looks like a binoculars. I mean, it's a leather binocular case, and inside of it is a binocular-shaped bottle of Old Charter bourbon. And it's 86 proof, 4/5 of a quart. This whiskey is aged 132 months old. And I love this because this is pure, like, they made a bottle look like binoculars, and they put it in a binocular case and in a sleeve because they couldn't give bourbon away during the bourbon glut. Yeah, it's too cool to drink. So I really want to drink it, but it's got the Tennessee tax stamp. So that's kind of my cool.
He was fine with drinking the Hank Williams Jr. decanter,
I was
the Old
fine.
Crow decanter, the Chessman.
Yeah. So this was cool. I mean, you know,
Something like that. That is
value
cool.
on this. Like, this is just like a cooler version of a Jim Beam decanter to me, which I love Beam decanters. But this is probably one of the cooler things just because of what it represents for a time in history of bourbon where you couldn't give stuff away. You had to make something. It wasn't enough to have really good bourbon. So I'm just going to set this over to the side.
So, who wants to see us crack this one open? The owner of the bottle is sitting back here very quietly munching on a Penn Station sub, and he's sweating right now.
And there is a bottle of Pappy 23 in there, and it's here because I don't know why.
Which
it's
we've
here.
talked about this before.
Yeah,
it's crap.
I mean, it's not crap, but it's not. I'll tell you this: it's not worth the $4,000 that people
it's
pay
not.
for it on
Now,
secondary.
if you can get it for retail, heck yeah.
Yeah, if you can buy it for $350, rock and roll. But we've talked about this in previous episodes. We drank Pappy before it was cool, which is not that sounded like braggadocious.
Yeah,
that
it
wasn't
did sound
meant
like
to be braggadocious.
Charlie's so cool.
We drank it when it wasn't Pappy. It was just another bourbon brand, and it's fine, but it is just that. And you should treat it as such, as it's just another bourbon brand. You're not going to achieve enlightenment. You know, the heavens aren't going to open, and
Very oaky. Tastes
the
like
23
it's been in a barrel
is
for 23
super,
years.
super oaky. But that, you know, whatever. So
Derek, he sees his stock going down.
I don't know.
What do you have down there, Charlie?
I've got some other, like, I've got a bunch of discontinued. I stopped kind of collecting bottles. I like stuff that, like, I know that eventually I'll drink or that kind of have, like, sentimental value. I don't have, like, any braggadocious kind of cool bottles. Let's see. Do I have anything else cool that's, like, cool for show and tell?
I'm trying to think of what do I have at home still that I haven't cracked
See,
open.
Glenn's the guy that has all the old stuff. Like, he's got the lawsuit,
no.
1792.
I do have that.
He's got a bunch of Jim Beams that are discontinued. He's got,
I've got some makers that are pretty rare.
yeah.
My brag bottle is a Scotch. It's a 30-year 2009. Yeah, that sounds 30-year.
I'll have
That's
to
crazy.
do
The-
some research on that one.
The Glenfiddich is 23 years, and that's the oldest. That ties the oldest thing I've ever drank, besides Pappy 23.
Which
so-
some of those scotches, man, they get in. Like,
Oh,
I read an article the other day.
Hyper Age?
One is like
Yeah.
100 years old or something. Or 90.
The Macallan 65 year and 75 year.
Which I cannot. I
Can't
just-
fathom.
I don't know. I don't know what that would taste like sitting in a barrel.
$100,000.
That's a lot.
That's what it tastes like. $100,000.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I know I'll never taste anything like that. So
Yeah.
we shall see. I'll have to take someone else's word on it.
We should drink one more thing.
We should.
What should we drink?
Did we?
Oh,
What?
yeah. 39 years. Wow.
Oh wow.
I have some Armagnac that's not quite that old, but I have some old Armagnac. I do have, I'd have to move a bunch of stuff. Glenn, keep them busy.
Okay. So I have a couple bottles from the 70s that were gifted to my grandfather, who was a Louisville police officer, actually Jefferson County, Kentucky police officer when he retired in 78 or so. So I've got a Old Forester from like 78 that one of these days we are going to crack open because why not? A Heaven Hill from the same time frame. What is he pulling down here? It's show and tell time, boys and girls.
This is in a box.
What is this?
So this is something that is pretty rare, and you may have seen this. It's a more recent release. I haven't got this out in a while. And this is one I actually kind of embarrassed to say I had 2 bottles of, and I drank one. Gosh darn it.
It's like a puzzle.
It's like that. No,
Pandora's box.
leave Pandora in her box alone.
Is it Carrie's box? Inside joke. Oh, Angel's Envy.
So this is the
Oh,
Angel's
that's the-
Envy
That's the
Mizunara
yeah.
oak
Let's
cask
try that.
in a crystal decanter.
Let's open that.
So first of all, 2 things. Number 1, we're not opening it, and number 2, it's delicious. It's
So let me
delicious.
ask you, what
It's
do you
excellent.
all think about someone having a bottle like this and not opening it?
I already opened one and drank it. I don't have to open
So
both
do you
and
plan
drink
to
it.
sell it?
I don't plan to do anything with it.
So what are you gonna do?
I like it.
Is it
makes
just like
me-
an ego thing? Like,
Yeah, it's a total ego thing. How's your 1975 Old Forester?
How many times have I said let's do that, and you're like, no, don't open it.
I'm trying to be polite, but I really want to drink it. So this is a pretty cool bottle because there were not a lot of these made, and it's beautiful, and the presentation's amazing, and it's a crystal decanter, and
We should
it's,
juggle with this.
it's a very cool. If you want to watch Glenn get punched in the face by someone significantly larger than him,
And
so-
slower.
so yeah, so that one's pretty cool. And then also, I got this a while back too. I love old decanters. This is an old Commonwealth decanter. And you've seen the Notre Dame, so I love the Irish. So this is a Jolly St. Patrick's Day Erin go Bra
I
collector's
feel like that's one we can open.
limited edition Symbols of Ireland decanter. And it's cool because this is an old Commonwealth bottle, but if you open, you'll probably hang on to them for a special occasion trading for something you really want. 100%. Drink it for special times. Interesting Japanese oak. It is interesting because that Mizunara oak is hundreds of years old. So the profile is just different. This limited offering, because it says on the little hang tag, is signed by Julian P. Van Winkle III.
Oh,
I think that Van Winkle name's pretty cool.
yeah.
So,
I've heard of that guy.
but I like this bottle. It's cool. It's kind of Irish. It fits.
Speaking of the old oak, something that we learned on our visit to. Do you need to do CPR with it?
At this point, stop. He's choking. Nobody touch him.
We learned that French oak cannot be cut until it's 200 years old.
That's why when you have something French oak, it is so like, I mean, that character comes through. I really love French oak. Yeah. Oh, I can show a cool picture. Oh, this is awesome. If you're watching, you're going to see
Because everyone wants to see a picture on YouTube.
It's going to be awesome.
Okay.
I promise.
Are-
It's going to be cool. All right, hold on. I got to put a bunch of stuff up.
I do a bottle share only on birthday. I like that too, Rufus.
What'd Rufus say?
He said those bottles are special. They kind of signify a moment. I like the idea of bottles only shared on birthdays
yeah.
or special occasions. Yeah, I do too.
Or bottle chugs on a Thursday.
Which brings me to something that me and Charlie kind of argue back and forth on, is the fact that once you open a bottle, the quality goes down after so many years. which
Erroneous.
Scientifically is proven because oxidation. Charlie says it's erroneous, but I think it's science.
I think you're wrong. So, really cool story. I was up at Starlight Distillery. If you're not following Starlight and getting some of their stuff, you're missing out. And a gentleman was up there, and we were talking about their. I was talking with Ted Huber, the founder and kind of master distiller up there, about their Toasted series and about their French oak barrels. I was talking to an individual up there who had been recently in France, and he was around buying Armagnac from farms and stuff. Have I showed you that yet?
Nope.
So this is a picture of the French oak that they are now allowed to harvest that is 200 years old. And you can see sitting on the French oak, those are World War II rounds, bullet, shrapnel, that they pull out of the trees in the regions of France when they pull that.
You know, it's funny you say that. I had a buddy.
In World War II?
No, he was a
Stabbed a Nazi.
he was a UPS pilot, and several years ago they furloughed a bunch of their pilots. So he went over to Europe and was flying for a freight company, and he was living in Germany for a while. And he would go out behind his apartment in Germany. By the way, his apartment was like 300 years old, and walk through the woods, and they would find all kinds of World War II shells and whatever.
What are you people doing over there?
Yeah, it was
Go get
crazy.
that stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, make sure it's,
What are you
safe.
doing there, buddy?
JTS Brown. Want a JTS Brown?
Sure, why not?
In my experience, most of my bottles that have been for a long time have not changed. Thank you. Thank you. I've got bottles that have been open for,
Oh yeah, they will get better.
especially, this is something we've noticed on finished bottles. Big W Louisville, let's go. Get out of here.
Mark Blankenberg.
Mark Blank. Finished barrels. A friend of mine, we had, this is before finished barrels got really popular besides Angel's Envy. We got it, it was a Boone County, 12-year age stated, but it was finished in a Sauternes barrel. And when we opened it, we're like, oh, this will be great. We open it, it's very mundane, very, kind of fell flat. I'm like, that's not very good. Poured our 2 pours out of it, corked it, put it back in the cabinet. 2 months later, we're like, let's revisit that. Totally different animal.
No, I'm not saying that it can't get better.
You're just saying it can get worse.
It can get worse.
Some of that shrapnel could be World War I.
Very true. That's a excellent
very
point.
true.
Very.
But it's hard not to be romantic about whiskey. I mean, it's like drinking
and
a time machine.
it's history in a bottle, right? Are you okay over there?
I didn't make that noise.
No, I mean, you just
They said they wanted a bottle
tipping
chug.
them off. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You have to drive home. I live here.
I do have to drive home. Don't tell anybody. I live very close.
I don't know where you guys live, but JTS Brown, bottled in bond, 100 proof. Get it while you can. I highly recommend you buy a case of it. This retails for around $10 a bottle here local. It will not for long because this is a Heaven Hill product. Eventually they'll figure out they don't have to sell this anymore. And this is exactly what
Or
happened.
they don't have to sell it for what they sell it for.
Well, or in general. It's a great pour, 100 proof, bottled in bond. It's a great sipping whiskey. You can mix it, pour it over ice. You can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. It's
You
really
know what this
good.
is? This is a when the shit hits the fan whiskey. So you buy a couple cases of it, put it in your basement. When the shit hits the fan, you're going to trade it for whatever you need. Toilet paper, food.
Buy all of those things because you're going to need them, and you're also going to need whiskey as well.
I'm telling you, when the shit hits the fan, this is gold right
Stop
here.
cursing on our Instagram live. There could be a child watching.
No, this is not for children.
I didn't get a Penn Station sandwich.
My children curse.
Ammo. My man.
There you go.
My
That
man.
too. Ammo and whiskey. And toilet paper.
Rufus smiled. Ammo. Plenty of ammo. Need more whiskey. So the reason I say that, do you guys, where you live, I know somebody said Ontario, is this available in your market? Has anybody seen this around?
Rufus, you're in Georgia. Can you get this in Georgia?
Yeah, Rufus, can you get JTS Brown bottled in bond in Georgia? Because buy a lot of it. Because I'm telling you, this is one of those things where these big corporations are going to figure out there is no need to sell sub $20 bourbon. And that's exactly what they're going to do.
You know what I saw today? So,
Nope, in Ontario.
okay. Rufus just smiled. He's like, I'm not going to tell you. I'm just going to smile.
Rufus is in our backyard waiting. Hold on. I've
Never seen it. Okay.
never seen it. Look for it because
You know what? I think JTS Brown's only available. No,
No, it's in Indiana.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you why I know it's going to happen. This is Old Fitzgerald, bottled in bond. That used to be a $15 bond. Rufus, can you get me 13th Colony Double Oaked Cast Strength?
I don't know what that is, but it sounds good. Whatever
Yes,
it is.
Rufus. I need some 13th. We need to do an episode. I would love to get 13th. You've seen it. It's a like a squat bottle cast strength. It's
yeah.
apparently
We can work out a
very
trade.
good. We could work out a trade. This is story time. So this is Old Fitzgerald. Some of you may remember this. This is Old Fitzgerald bottled in bond. Weeder bottled in bond. This was a $15 bottle.
What year is that?
Special order in PA for $15.29. Order it.
Okay.
Order it.
Yeah.
Order it. This is now
And that's what it should be
discontinued.
priced at.
This is now discontinued, and this is what you have now. There's your new Old Fitzgerald for
And what's the price difference?
this 16-year bottled in bond.
If you can find it.
Well, you can't, and it's like $200.
Yeah.
So you kind of see the writing on the wall of what's going to happen. So get your JTS Brown, get your bourbons that check boxes. Is it age stated? Is it bottled in bond? Is it great? Is it cheap? Yep, buy it. Because they're going to take it away from us. That's exactly what's going to happen.
What I started to say is today I saw something in my office. Somebody had given me a bottle of Four Roses Yellow Label.
Shut up.
And it's just been sitting on the windowsill in my office for 3 or 4 years. And I was looking at it today and I was like, I can't remember the last time I even had that.
I can.
Is it, should we do, is it worth?
I mean,
I like Four
there's
Roses,
enough. There's
but
enough
the
Four
Yellow
Roses.
Label,
To me, there's enough Four Roses products that I don't feel like I need another drinker. Like I
Yeah,
would buy
but
the JTS
what I'm saying
Brown.
is we like to do reviews on bottles that most people aren't hunting or widely available. They're cheap. Like, should we do a review on that?
I guess we can, but Portia wants us to do Scotch.
Well, we're going to do Scotch.
So let us know in the comments. Do you want us to see 23-year-old Scotch or 10-year-old crap? Not 10-year-old.
It's not
$10 crap. Just got Four Roses single barrel strength. Oh yeah.
Oh, you're going to like it.
You're in for a treat, my friend. Barrel proof, Four Roses single
I'm
barrel.
curious, what's the
JW
you know?
Dan. Yeah, JW Dan. I
That's
got
a good
a
one, too.
Dan somewhere around here. I got a
is
Dan
good
in there.
one.
Trust me. Yeah, let us know. What's your recipe for your? Yes, thank you, Peter. What's the recipe for your Four Roses? Dying to know. I got a dant in here somewhere. Let us know if you want to do us to do an episode of Fighting Cock.
I don't want to do that one.
But this is the 6-year age statement.
Yeah, I
See,
don't
that's what
care.
they do.
I don't
They
wanna-
take away your age
I
statement.
don't want to do a fighting cock.
And they make it
episode.
worse. Maybe I don't
I'm
have
gonna have to
it.
put my foot down on that one.
Oh, I know.
What are you looking for?
I have a really old Dant decanter. That's cool.
Oh,
How's your sandwich, Derek? He said it was good.
come over here and say hi.
Yeah, Derek, you can say hi.
We've never let anyone.
No one's ever been over here.
Yeah, you're the first. Come on, Derek. Come on. Come on, Derek.
No, Derek says no.
Oh,
There's trash can right there, bud.
so you're not gonna bring me any food, and then you're not gonna come and show your face.
Literally right there up against the wall, bud.
Do we have anything left to do, Charlie? Do we?
I bought today at Rebel Casting.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've done an episode
did,
on.
yeah, we did an
we've done
episode on
Rebel. They're pretty good. They vary wildly, but they're pretty good. Say hello, hello,
Hello.
hello. Oh, they're telling you to say hello, Derek.
Derek, come over here and say hello. Pop your head in here.
I won a sample recently of Old Granddad 114 from the 80s.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Old
Derek,
Granddad,
Come
National
over and say hello.
Distillers. I've
or
got a
we're
bunch
going
of
to
Old
crack your
Granddad.
23-year-old Pappy.
Pappy.
The man.
Ah!
The legend.
Now they know we have ugly friends. All right, kids. Well, this was awesome. Thank you for watching. We've had an awesome time. We're going to start doing this on nights that we film and jump in. We are doing a Scotch episode. It's coming. The episodes we filmed tonight are, since you're here, we're going to tell you what they were. We filmed a blind episode with 3 different blinds. We filmed the American Single Malt, and we filmed the Jack Daniel's 12 year. So
You can find it, grab it.
grab it. Thank you, Portia. Thank you, guys. As always, tell them what to do. Keep your bunghole tight. You may win that hat. Like and subscribe. We're giving away on July 4th.
July
The
4th.
hat is coming on July 4th. You don't have to email us anymore. We're giving away on July 4th. JTS Brown, you got it. Thank you, Rufus. God bless you. Let me know about that 13th colony. Have you tried Keeper's? No, don't. No. Yes,
Okay.
I have done a 60-second review of
Charlie
Keeper's
can't
Heart.
shut up.
It is unbelievable. Yes, keep it tight, Portia. Yes, we have done Irish Keeper's Heart. Love it. I absolutely love the Keeper's Heart Irish bourbon.
So we need to do an episode.
I'm going to get the bottle. We'll do a full episode of it. I'll try to find the rye. It's hard to find kind of in our area. Those are really good, and you should pick them up. Awesome
Hey.
point.
Should we do an Old Ezra rye? Let us know.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching. We love you guys. That was awesome. We had like people and they were
We had, like,
talking.